Hi everyone, so for my entry for the DGS Store Cupboard Challenge, I've made an adapted version of a chicken tikka masala to help meet the requirements of the Eat Well guide. You'll see that I've split my recipe into two, so I will explain the marinade ingredients first before going on to the sauce ingredients. Here are my ingredients for the marinade. I'm using chicken breasts as they are high in protein and low in fat. I'm using Greek yogurt as this is a type of dairy and a source of calcium. The lemon juice and spices are used to add flavour to the chicken and they will help tenderise the chicken, preventing it from becoming too dry. You could also use alternative spices that you may have in your house. And if you like spicy food, you may want to add in dried chilli. These ingredients will help us from needing to add salt at the end, again helping to fit in with the Eat Well guide requirements. So the first thing I'm going to do is add the spices to a large bowl. I'm using 5 ml of smoked paprika, 5 ml of turmeric. These will add a lot of colour to the dish. 2.5 ml of cumin, 2.5 ml of garam masala, 2.5 ml of ground coriander, 2.5 ml of ground ginger, some black pepper, 5 ml of lemon juice. You could use fresh lemons too, I just didn't have any in the house. 125 grams of Greek yogurt. Okay, you're now going to chop your chicken into even sized pieces to ensure they cook evenly. If there are any grizzly bits, chop them off and dispose of them. You're then going to add them to the large bowl with the rest of your ingredients. Make sure you wash your hands thoroughly. Okay, you're mixing all the ingredients together. You need to make sure the chicken is fully coated with the yogurt, lemon juice and spices. Like so. If you've got cling film, cover your large bowl with the cling film and store it in the fridge for at least 30 minutes. Whilst your chicken is chilling, you can begin preparing the rest of your ingredients. As you can see, I am using several ingredients which are part of the fruit and vegetable section of the Eat Well guide. I'm using 1 crushed garlic clove, half a diced onion, 1 sliced pepper, 200 ml of passata, which is sieved tomatoes, 15 ml of tomato puree, and a small handful of fresh coriander. I'm also using another 5 ml of garam masala to add extra flavour, and 10 ml of vegetable oil, which is part of the oil and spreads section. The first thing I'm going to do is use the 10 ml of vegetable oil. I'm adding it to a deep pan and I'm heating it over a medium heat. I'll do this for about 30 seconds before adding in my onions. So it's half a diced onion, remember. I've heated the oil already for 30 seconds. Just ensure you're giving it a good stir. You don't want any onion to stick to the bottom. I'm then putting a lid on top to let the onions sweat so it keeps moisture in. Just be sure to check on them every now and again to make sure they're not sticking to the bottom. You'll see here they have changed colour slightly. I'm now adding 15 ml of tomato puree. Again, stir this well to ensure that all the onions are coated in the tomato puree. Okay, we now have the garam masala and the garlic. We are still using a medium heat. And again, stir well so that all the ingredients are mixed together. Next we have the passata. So that was 200 ml of passata. Make sure you scrape the measuring jug as well so that you're not wasting any ingredients. And stir this together well. I've removed my marinated chicken from the fridge, and I'm using this 1 calorie spray, which again fits into the oils and spreads section of the Eat Well guide, but you can just use oil as well. That's totally fine. So I'm going to heat this again for about 30 seconds, and I'm adding my pieces of marinated chicken to the frying pan. Now, we're not fully cooking the chicken at this stage, we're sealing the chicken, which, remember, means it's maybe white on the outside or starting to go golden in this case, but it will not be cooked all the way through. You can see here I had leftover ingredients from the marinade. I've added this to the sauce, and it will be safe to eat because we're going to continue cooking it. So I'm turning the chicken here. As you can see, it's slightly more golden. So I'm only turning it once. I've only cooked it 2 minutes roughly on each side. You can do longer if you wish. But remember, chicken is naturally lean, so it will dry out more easily. It's also important to note as well that when using yogurt, specifically a lower fat yogurt or fat-free yogurt, which I've used, not to use a high heat because it will cause the yogurt to curdle. So I'm now adding my chicken pieces into the sauce. Remember, there's no need at this stage to cut the chicken in half to ensure it's ready because we're going to continue cooking it. So mixing it into the sauce over a low to medium heat. I'm now adding the sliced peppers, and I'm going to mix them through. What you want to do as well, after you've added in the coriander, is to let the curry cook for at least 15 minutes. You can add a lid to your curry, and that will ensure that the moisture stays in the pot and it doesn't dry out. You can stir it every so often, every 5 minutes, say, to ensure it's not sticking to the bottom. And please make sure you check your chicken before you eat it. Okay, so before you even serve it, take a piece of chicken out, cut it in half, and make sure it's white all the way through. So just as a reminder, once you've got all your ingredients in, including your chicken, make sure you've simmered it. Remember, that's a low to medium heat. It can't be too high. Do not bring it to the boil because it will curdle due to the yogurt. So simmer that for around 15 minutes before checking your chicken. If your chicken is not white all the way through, if it's still a little bit pink in the middle, cook it for at least another 5 before checking the chicken again. As you will see from my photo, I've also served this with some grated carrot, which I mixed with lemon juice, black pepper and more fresh coriander. This again will fit into the fruit and vegetables section of the Eat Well guide. I've also served this with some garlic and coriander naan bread, which will fit into the carbohydrates section of the Eat Well guide. Remember, you could also serve this with rice too. Whole grain rice in particular would be higher in fibre and would also fit into the carbohydrates section.